Let's get this thing started. Okay. Jeremiah Belt, what's going on? Hey, I'm trying to, I don't know if you can see, but we have moved our setup. Our whole setup has been moved. So, I'm not in the setup that I was in before. I have moved my setup, as you can see. I've kind of moved my setup, so I'm kind of getting things, back into perspective, back in place. So just give me a second here. And we're going to get this show started. Off right. Hey, did anybody watch the games last night? Did anybody see the games last night? We had the Chargers playing last night. They played Kansas City. And we had Chicago and Detroit playing. Now, Jeremiah said building an empire. Hey, I'm trying, man. I had to move the setup. We got to get ready for the little one, Rain Janae Wiley. So I had to move the setup. So I'm trying to get back readjusted to everything. So it's kind of why we're kind of off right now. Then my PC had to restart this morning, and I've been waiting on that for 3 hours. So I'm glad y'all tuned in. But let's talk a little bit about this Detroit-Chicago game before I start the show. Anybody watch Detroit-Chicago? I picked Detroit in this game. They did win. And in that last game, I did pick the Chargers over the Chiefs, so I was wrong on that one. So going to go ahead and put that out there before I get this show started. Ashley Janae is tuned in. What's going on, Ashley Janae? Let's go get the show started. W646 QCB Radio, and this is another episode of the Godflow Show. And it's your host that does the most, the main man of the hour, more uncut than your favorite porn scene, with a better jumper than the Lone Range Sniper Steph Curry, more clutch than Tom Brady down 28-3 halftime of the Super Bowl, and the greatest of all time, like one Floyd Money Mayweather. It's your boy, Jenna the God. I'm live, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you live on social media today. We got a couple of people that's already tuned in. Ashley Janae's tuned in. She just landed in Denver. Sorry, Ash, I couldn't get up with you this trip. Maybe next trip we can get up, do a little something. Jeremiah Bell said, this is a new week. I can change my profile pic. Yes, you can. You can finally change that profile pic. Hey, that man is loyalty. That man changed his pick to the Dallas Cowboys. Hey, I got to give you credit on that, bro. I got to give you credit on that. Did anybody watch these games yesterday? Did anybody watch Detroit, Chicago? Did anybody watch the Chargers and Chiefs? I caught bits and pieces of the Detroit-Chicago game. It pretty much went as I expected. I did pick Detroit. But this Kansas City and LA Chargers game, all right, I was highly disappointed in the Chargers. But once again, shame on me for not understanding and not knowing this is always going to be the culture in San Diego, or the culture in LA for the Chargers. They go on these streaks where they make you feel like they have a chance to be that team. They have a chance to knock off a New England, to knock off a Pittsburgh, to even beat a Jacksonville. You feel like the Chargers can do that at certain points in every season that I've watched the Chargers play in since I've been a kid, all right? You always go through that period like, man, the Chargers can really make some noise. And then they do this. Opportunities, big games, when it's time for them to step up and show that they can play, Phillip Rivers becomes Tony Romo, okay? Phillip Rivers is Tony Romo. If I can compare Phillip Rivers to any quarterback, Tony Romo, hands down, okay? He's good if he doesn't have to throw the ball more than 25 times a game. Fact check me if I'm wrong. If Phillip Rivers throws the ball less than 25 times a game, the Chargers can win. All right. They just need to have more faith and more trust in Melvin Gordon's run game versus Phillip Rivers and his arm and his knowledge of the game. That's all I'm saying with the Chargers, man. But I had to touch on that topic. Also, I just seen this morning as well when I woke up. Marvin Lewis, about time. All right. The Bengals must have been in the process of getting rid of this man. He walked to the organization and said, look, don't get rid of me. I will leave on my own terms. The Bengals and Marvin Lewis have came to a mutual agreement that he will leave the Bengals after the season to seek other coaching jobs. You ain't won a playoff game in 12 years, 15 years. What other coaching job are you going to? What other team is going to want you to coach their team? We've seen the destruction that you created in Cincinnati. I don't think anybody else wants Marvin Lewis to coach. Now, he may go be an ESPN analyst, like all of them go do. You know what I'm saying? But as far as another coaching job, I don't see that in the future for Marvin Lewis. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe him and Hugh Jackson can team up again in Cleveland to bring the culture back in Cleveland. Because they're missing an offensive coordinator, offensive minded coach. Marvin Lewis can bring that. Even though Hugh Jackson's quarterback coach, Marvin Lewis can bring that. That's all I'm saying on that one. But yeah, sad day in Cincinnati. If you're a Cincinnati fan, you know, because there's not many Bengals fans out there. But let's go ahead and dive into these NFL Week 15 picks and predictions. Aaron Rodgers is back this week, ladies and gentlemen. John Wick himself is back in the pocket for the Green Bay Packers today. That's going to be a huge story. What other big games we got on the schedule? The Jets are playing the Saints, by the way. Just want to go ahead and put that out there. If anybody wants to watch that. We got the Rams taking on the Seahawks there. It's going to be a big one. Patriots and Steelers, we're going to talk about that one as well. But let's go ahead and just jump into these games, man. Let's start off with the first one on the schedule. Both of these teams need to win in order to keep playoff hopes alive. I hate to say it. We got the Miami Dolphins matching up with the Buffalo Bills. They're in New York. Now, Buffalo is 5-2 at home this year. Shady McCoy is having a good season. Tyrod Taylor is not turning the ball over, but he's not winning games. And look who just joined us, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, aka the Sandman, Casper himself. What's that? Hitman himself. Queso and Crackers is in the building. Nobody knows his man's name. We don't know his address, where he from, no nothing. Nobody even grew up with this man. He just pops up. Queso and Crackers is in the building. We got Jeremiah Bell saying he's going with the Dolphins in that game. I like Miami in this one. Give me Miami by 7 in this game. And the reason why I'm going with Miami by 7 in this game, I don't know if Xavier Howard is playing. But if he is playing, he's gonna pretty much take away whoever Buffalo's main target is. I don't know if you want to call it Kelvin Benjamin, Zay Jones. I don't know which receiver you want to go with, but he's gonna take away that main option if he's playing. I know he's ill, so I don't know if he's playing today. Kelvin Benjamin's questionable. I don't know if he's playing today. You know, you really don't know if these guys are playing until the last 15 minutes before the game comes on. So I don't really want to put any emphasis on that. But I will say the Miami Dolphins offense has been rolling. Jay Cutler hasn't turned over the ball. Why not? Why not let Miami get one every now and then? Give me the Miami Dolphins by 7 in this game against Buffalo. In order to beat Buffalo, though, they're going to have to shut down. Like I said, Shady McCoy is going to get shut down. Force Tyrod Taylor to win the game with his arm. If you can do those things, then the Miami Dolphins don't have a problem with winning this game. As long as Jay Cutler doesn't turn that ball over either, they're definitely going to win this game. They can win by big. I'm not a big fan of this Buffalo team. After the hype, after the little 3 or 4 game stretch they had, I'm really not a big fan of Buffalo. Queso and Crackers is tuned in at the bottom. He's saying Buffalo by 10. Queso, Explain yourself in the comments why you're choosing Buffalo by 10. And William Belk is tuned in. What is going on, guys? Share the video, comment below. And right now we're discussing the Miami Dolphins and taking on the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are at home, okay? And we got Queso picking Buffalo by 10. I think Buffalo is favored in this game. So I can kind of see why you're going Buffalo. But Buffalo's like a one-trick pony. If you're able to keep Shady McCoy under 50 yards, under 60 yards, and you force Tyrod Taylor to really have to win the game with his arm, and it's not so much as Tyrod Taylor's quarterbacking ability, it's really the play calling and the weapons that he has that doesn't give him the ability to scratch the field. It really hurts his game. So if you're able to just make Tyrod Taylor throw, you can beat Buffalo. All right. William Bell said, Niner Nation, you guys better hope you can re-sign Jimmy G, because Jimmy G is going to be a free agent this year. We got Queso saying, because Buffalo is Buffalo, Miami just beat Pats. Jay Cutler only good for one game every other week. Okay? We got William Bell saying he needs weapons, and I absolutely agree with you. The only weapons that they have brought in for Tyrod Taylor in the past 3 seasons in Buffalo, the biggest name they brought in was Percy Harvin, but Percy Harvin was already diagnosed with CTE. He didn't have migraines, he had CTE. All right. We got Queso Cracker saying they have to feed Drake in order to win. Yes, they do, and I think they can against Buffalo's D. And I thought that was Terrell tuning in. My fault. But yeah, give me Miami by 3, Queso. Good points. But I just like Miami by 3 in this one. All right, I just like Miami by 3. Comment below, y'all. Tell me who you like this week and why. William Bell said we have control of his rights. Jimmy G, hopefully we do the right thing. Exactly. It's a couple of quarterbacks I also want to discuss today too while we discussing these picks. Let me go ahead and talk about this. It's a couple of free agents I was looking at that are coming up this year. You got Drew Brees is coming up for free agency. Even though I feel like him and Sean Payton have this connection in New Orleans, so they're not going to let him go anywhere. And he's going to retire a Saint, or they're probably going to give him whatever he wants to make sure he stays a Saint. Kirk Cousins is going to be a free agent. Teddy Bridgewater and Case Keenum are both going to be free agents this year. And I asked this question earlier this week on social media. Who do you guys think Minnesota is going to keep? Are they going to keep Teddy Bridgewater, or are they going to keep Case Keenum? Are they going to keep both, and why? Because I honestly feel like Minnesota's going to keep Case Keenum simply because he already has the chemistry and he understands the offense right now. And he's actually playing a career season for him. Teddy Bridgewater, on the other hand, it's a question mark, because you really don't know if you can trust Teddy Bridgewater in that pocket again and let Case Keenum go and something happens to Teddy. So Case says both. We got William Bell saying Drew or Eli to the Broncos next year. You heard it here first. William Bell said, I agree, keep both. I also agree to keep both. No, I don't agree, keep both. What I would do if I'm Minnesota, I would trade Teddy Bridgewater to a team that needs a quarterback. The Jets need a quarterback. Buffalo's going to need a quarterback. Miami's going to need a quarterback at some point. And I'm going to go ahead and predict this first. I think that Oakland's going to need a quarterback in a while. Tennessee's going to need a quarterback in a minute. Those teams in the quarterback, trade them a pick. I'm not saying those teams right now, but at some point those teams will. Trade that pick. Trade Teddy Bridgewater to those teams for a first-round pick. Like the Jets, they can trade Teddy Bridgewater to New York. I know I'm a New York fan. I'm just putting this in perspective. Trade Teddy Bridgewater to New York. All right, get that number 10 pick and bring you in a franchise quarterback for later. That's an option for Minnesota as well. William Bell said, wow, Oakland. Colts need a quarterback. Yeah, the Colts definitely need a quarterback. But then again, Jacoby B has not had a bad season for the Colts. I mean, once you sit down and review this tape, you may have to consider keeping this guy as your quarterback for maybe another year or so, a year or two, and bring in the weapons and the assets that he needs in order to make that offense productive. That's what I'm saying for the Colts. All right. But let's talk about this next game, man. The Baltimore Ravens are taking on the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns are winless, and the Baltimore Ravens secondary gave up a lot of yards last week to one Antonio Brown. Okay? To one Antonio Brown. Now, Antonio Brown is probably one of the greatest receivers we've seen in this NFL consecutive seasons since Terrell Owens. Wait, whoa. I'm going too far. I forgot about Larry Fitzgerald. Well, his numbers are kind of better than Fitzgerald because he gets targeted more. So I really say since Moss. I mean, consistently. You know what I'm saying? Josh Gordon has the same talent level and ability of AB. And in my mind, how I'm processing this game, I'm thinking that when Cleveland sat down this week and they got ready to prepare for this Baltimore Ravens defense, they understood one thing. This secondary, without Jimmy Smith, is trash. A lot of holes in this secondary. I don't know what Brandon Carr was doing. He had absolutely no business guarding AB last week. I don't know what coach decided to put this man out there on the island. I don't know what coach decided to let this man have one-on-one coverage. I don't know who on that sideline hyped this man's head up and said, you know what, you are the best corner out here. You Darrelle Revis, you get your own island. That man couldn't get a spot on the block. He couldn't get a piece of my lawn. That makes no sense. They gave that man one-on-one coverage with Antonio Brown, one of the best receivers in probably the last, you can say maybe 6 or 7 seasons. They gave this man one-on-one coverage. Brandon Carr couldn't cover a bed, let alone cover AB. This is ridiculous, man. Casanova RU says that Julio Jones is the best receiver in the NFL, and I absolutely disagree with you. I think Julio Jones is a great talent, but consecutive seasons, AB has dominated. And AB is dominating, and AB is only like 5'9", 5'10". So that's what gives me a lot of respect about AB. He's very undersized, but he plays like he's a big receiver. He's not a big receiver. You got to respect that. You have to respect that. Brown is. All right. But this Cleveland Brown team taking on this Baltimore Ravens team, I don't like the Ravens offense, but I'm in love with this Cleveland Browns defense. This Cleveland Browns defense can hold you. It's only up to the offense to really get this ball moving. I'm not a fan of their run game. It's not that I'm not a fan of Isaiah Crowell. It's just I'm not a fan of how they use this run game in Cleveland. And I don't like how they really utilize DeShone Kizer. But I do feel like, but wait, hold on. Before I even go that far, fun fact, just thought about this. Today marks the day that the Baltimore Ravens lost to a team that was winless, the Miami Dolphins. I forgot what year this was, but I just thought about that day. Well, back to this game. Give me the Cleveland Browns by 7 over the Baltimore Ravens. Yes, I know I choose the Browns every week, but I really do feel like this week the Browns are going to beat the not the Browns, but the Browns are going to beat the Baltimore Ravens. That's what I honestly feel this week. Josh Gordon has the same talent ability, the same talent level of AB. There's no reason why he can't do the same thing to this defense that AB did. Give me Cleveland. Give me Cleveland. Let's go into the next game here, man. We got the Cincinnati Bengals are taking on the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings 10-3. Bengals are 5-8 on the year. Marvin Lewis is stepping away after the end of this season, and he's done. And he should be done. He should have been got fired for the Cincinnati Bengals, man. Terrible coach, man. I'm not a fan of this. I'm not even going to spend much time on this topic because I simply just feel like Minnesota's going to come in, they're going to dominate, and it's going to be a blowout. I don't feel like Cincinnati has a chance in this game. Now, if I'm wrong, feel free to load my social media page up with all the comments you can think of. But all I'm saying is I just don't feel like the Bengals have a chance in this one. Xavier Rhodes on AJ Green, locked down. Give me Minnesota by 14. Give me Minnesota by 14. The problem that Minnesota had against the Carolina Panthers last week was the fact that Adam Thielen, Kyle Rudolph, and Stephon Diggs all had huge drops in big moments in touchdown situations. I watched at least 2 or 3 touchdown passes that were dropped in that game last week against Carolina. And Carolina's defense is a whole lot better than the Cincinnati Bengals defense. I don't think Minnesota comes out and makes the same mistakes they made last game. Give me Minnesota by at least 10. Give me Minnesota by 10. Oh, boy. Let's go on to this next game, man. Let's get this next game over with, man. We got the New York Jets taking on the New Orleans Saints. The Saints are at home. They're 9-4. They did not look good against the Atlanta Falcons, but a lot of Saints players were in disagreement of Thursday night games, saying that their bodies didn't have time to rest. They only had 3 or 4 days to prepare. They didn't get the adequate amount of sleep. A lot of complaints coming from the Saints after the loss against the Falcons that Thursday night game. But they do have Alvin Kamara back. He is back today. This Jets team is trash. I want them to get rid of Todd Bowles. I think this is last season in New York. He's got to go, man. It's a mess. All right, it's a mess. Josh McCown is out. He's out with a broken hand. So he's a player coach today. Bryce Petty's the quarterback. And I would take any JV quarterback right now in the nation over Bryce Petty. So let me get those Saints by at least 20. Give me Saints by 20. We got Jeremiah Belt saying Saints by 14. I say Saints by 20. I'm not disrespectful today because I just don't feel like, I don't honestly feel like the Jets have a chance at all. You know what? I'm not even going to spend my Sunday watching this game. I will not spend this Sunday watching this game. I won't. And I try to give the Jets credit. I try to be a fan. I try to understand. I try to, understand where I'm coming from as far as being a Jets fan. It's so hard to sit here every Sunday and watch your team get demolished every Sunday. It's too much. I can't take it no more, man. I'm singing I can't take it no more. I will not watch this game, man. Let's go on to the next game on the schedule. We got the Philadelphia Eagles. They're taking on the New York Giants today, excuse me. Now, the Giants are 2-11, Ashley Janae. The Giants are 2-11. Eagles 11-2. Carson Wentz went down last week with a torn ACL injury, so he is out for the remainder of the season. In comes Nick Foles, the backup. Now, a lot of Philadelphia Eagle fans, and the Philadelphia Eagle fan base in general, I think, are not fans of Nick Foles. And I don't understand why they're not fans of Nick Foles. Nick Foles has came in and done this before. He's done this multiple times, and he will continue doing this. And I feel like Nick Foles in this offense, you don't adjust anything, you don't change anything, you run it just as if Wentz was in this offense. And one thing I like about Nick Foles in this situation versus Nick Foles in this similar situations 3 or 4 seasons ago when Michael Vick was still relevant and he was a starter of the Philadelphia Eagles, what I like about this situation is he actually has 2 running backs, LeGarrette Blount, Jay Ajayi. He now has a bigger receiver in Alshon Jeffrey. Torrey Smith. Aguilar is there. He has a lot of different weapons now versus when he was the starter 3 or 4 years ago. The Giants are just a mess, all in general. They're saying they want Eli back next season. I don't think Eli wants to be back in New York simply because of the disrespect. I mean, they disrespected that man. Come on. You benched the man after everything he's done for the organization. You just benched the man. Not feeling it. We got Jeremiah Bell saying, ask Ashley what she do and how she feels being a Giants fan. Take notes from her. She used to... Ashley Janae is very used to losing. Lots of L's have been going on for quite some time. Oh, man. Let's move on to this next game we got on the schedule here. The Arizona Cardinals are taking on the Washington Redskins. Washington Redskins have dealt with a lot of injuries this year. Same things going on in Arizona. But Arizona was able to somehow find a way to beat the Tennessee Titans. All right. They're going up against the Washington Redskins, beat up. This is a toss-up game. I feel like this is a game you can put heads or tails, flip, and just choose because you really don't know that either team doesn't really have an edge. I like the Cardinals, though. I like the Cardinals in this one. Jeremiah Bell saying, be a loyal Jets fan, Cheddar. All right, Jeremiah. We got Jeremiah Bell saying Cardinals by 10. I'm going to say Cardinals by 7. I don't know, man. This is a tough one. Just give me Cardinals by 7. Like I said, you can flip a coin, man, and decide who's going to win this game. So just give me Arizona by 7. Let's go on to the big game of the day. John Wick, ladies and gentlemen. John Wick has went out to the garage. This man has pulled the sledgehammer out, broke the concrete. He's brought out the weapons. Aaron Rodgers, ladies and gentlemen, a.k.a. John Wick himself, is back in the lineup for the Green Bay Packers. Huge game for the Cheesehead Nation. Huge game for Panther Nation as well because Green Bay is fighting for a chance to get in that last playoff spot, and they can sort of kind of keep their name in playoff discussion if they're able to knock off this Carolina Panthers team. Now, last week, Carolina looked like a totally different team, a team I have never seen before. Carolina was very effective against the run. They will get a lot of yards on the ground. Jonathan Stewart ended up with 2 or 3 touchdowns. Cam had a huge run at the end of the game. The Panthers are really moving right now. But the only thing about the Panthers that I am very skeptical about is the fact that the Panthers never play consistent. You never have a consistent stretch of games from the Panthers where you really feel like they're going to make some noise. We got Jeremiah Bell saying Panthers going to target him hard. They're going to play dirty. Aaron Rodgers may get hurt again. That front 7 ain't no joke. And William Bell, I absolutely agree with you. The front 7 for the Carolina Panthers was able to hit was able to get to and hit Case Keenum, sack him 6 times last week. A couple linemen went out with injuries. So I am not big on Green Bay's front four. Their front seven is not good as far as offensively. I just don't know what kind of Cam is going to show up, man. This is the thing that makes me scared to pick Carolina in games like this. You don't know what kind of Cam is going to show up. Because last week, to be honest with you, I didn't feel like Carolina won. I feel like Minnesota lost. If you understand what I'm saying, I don't feel like Carolina came out and they just dominated their game. I just felt like Minnesota just lost a lot of bad opportunities. Even though they were able to get to Case Keenum 6 times and they were able to sack him 6 times, a lot of key drops in that game. This receiving core from Green Bay may be just a little bit better than this Minnesota wide receiving core because they have guys that have been here in Green Bay. We got Cronja Love or Miss Love tuning in. Queso said, got Green Bay by 8. William Belt said, Panthers are very inconsistent. Yes, Green Bay by 8. I don't know, man. This is coming off a second collarbone surgery. And do understand that Aaron Rodgers has had the same collarbone injury before. I don't know how durable he is. I feel like he's rushing back. We got Jeremiah Bell say Green Bay wins with the backup by 10. William Belt said Panthers by 3 today. I'm going to have some faith in Carolina because they're 4-2 and they're playing at home. Give me Carolina, and I really hate to say this. Give me Carolina by 7. Because I just don't trust. It's Aaron Rodgers. You know what? I can't do it. Give me Green Bay by 7, man. Give me Green Bay by 7. I can't do it. We got Jeremiah Bell saying Green Bay wins with the backup by 10. William Bell said if Huntley is in, they lose. William Bell said good pick. William, I know the stream is lit off. I'm changing my pick. I'm picking Green Bay by 7. Reason why I'm going with Green Bay by 7 is simply because it's something about Aaron Rodgers in situations like this that scare me. Anytime Aaron Rodgers is in situations like this, he tends to have some of his best games. All right? Some of his best games. We haven't seen Aaron Rodgers come back in with a broken collarbone and win before. In a very similar situations a couple of seasons ago. I don't know how good y'all's memories are. But we've seen this before from Aaron Rodgers. So I don't know if I really want to rock with Carolina. We got William Bell saying, don't do it. Don't drink the loot. And he's going to get touched today. He's going to get touched today. I just don't know. I just can't go against Aaron Rodgers in this situation. Give me Green Bay by 7. Green Bay by 7. I can't do it. Let's go into the next game on the schedule, man. We got the Houston Texans. They're taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jacksonville Jaguars are 9-4. Houston is 4-9. They are playing in Jacksonville. Jacksonville is trying to go ahead and secure this their division right now, which is I think the AFC South. The AFC South. They're trying to go ahead and secure that, and they definitely can in this game. Tom Savage, as long as Tom Savage is the quarterback, it's gonna be a hard day in Houston because he doesn't fit the culture in Houston. He's not the type of quarterback that can really utilize the weapons in Houston. Like Will Fuller has completely went missing since without Deshaun Watson because when the pockets broke down, the first target Deshaun Watson looked for was Will Fuller. So Will Fuller's completely gone. We got Queso Cracker saying Cornersville by 7. He's referring to Jacksonville, but two of some of the best corners this year, and Jalen Ramsey and AJ Boye. Definitely shut down lockdown corners. We do have to remember this is DeAndre Hopkins, who I feel is the number 2 receiver this season. Is AB and then is DeAndre Hopkins because he's still putting up consistent numbers without a legitimate quarterback. So I don't know. We got William Bell saying Savage doesn't stand a chance. Savage, after that seizure I seen it on the field last week, because that was a seizure, ladies and gentlemen. That is the result of what happens when you take too many shots to the head and you're playing in the NFL. These are the things that happen. This is what happens, okay? This is what happens. You have things like this that happen. And the coach is going to sit here and say that he didn't see it, that he didn't know that he was having a seizure on the field. He was coughing up blood on the sideline. So his head ain't going to be all right for this game. This Jacksonville's defensive line is probably the best defensive line in the NFL. And Marcel Darius is coming off the bench. That's crazy. We got William Belt saying Nuka Animal. Queso Cracker said Hopkins is the best receiver when it comes anybody throwing him the ball. And William Bell said Brad is straight Caesar. Never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like that on a football field before. I know I've seen something like that one time before in person that was very close to that. But I've never really seen anything as graphic as him. Just, it was very disturbing for me. I kind of didn't watch football for like a good little 10, 15 minutes. I had to watch like cartoons or listen to gospel music or something to kind of get your mind back right. Like that was kind of a disturbing image right there, man. But give me, if Jacksonville has to understand going into this game, against playoff competition this season, Jacksonville's like 2-0. They beaten Pittsburgh and they made Russell Wilson look bad. They forced 5 interceptions from Ben Roethlisberger. They forced 3 interceptions from Russell Wilson. And I consistently keep telling you on this show every single week, do not doubt the ability of Jacksonville in the postseason. But in order for Jacksonville to really have my full 100% support in this game, in this postseason, they have to be able to win games like this, because games like this are called trap games. All right, this is what teams like Houston, they have nothing to play for, and they come out and they play well. Even though they're 1-5 on the road this season, and they're on the road going to Jacksonville, you can't take this game lightly. All right, but give me Jacksonville by 10 in this one if they come out and they're ready to play. But Jalen Ramsey is definitely one. Jalen Ramsey and Xavier Howard, because nobody's talking about Xavier Howard. But you see him on display, Monday night when New England took that L, and how he shut down and locked up Brandon Cooks. I seen the man get burnt for 10 yards from cover. We got William Bell said Blake needs more consistency for Jacksonville. Actually, Blake Bortles has not been the problem in Jacksonville. And I've been watching Jacksonville games very closely, and I always watch all these games very closely. But Blake Bortles has been playing mistake-free football since about week 4 or 5. And I'm not saying he hasn't had turnovers, or he hasn't had a turnover since then. What I'm saying is it's been a consistent stretch of games where we haven't seen Blake Bortles be the Blake Bortles we're used to seeing. Blake Bortles is more comfortable in his offense than he's ever been, because he no longer has the pressure of being the guy that has to put up the productive numbers, the guy that needs all these touchdowns, the guy that has to put these big numbers up in order for this team to win. The defense is now carrying this team. So now all he has to do is just manage the game. He is now a game manager. He manages the game, and he makes sure that they're not put in a position where they have to offensively come back and win the game. But he's been playing great. Mercedes Lewis has been a great blanket cover for him. We got Will Bell said, with that defense, that's all he needs to do. I'm going to check that game out today. Haven't seen a Jacksonville game this year. Jacksonville has been playing. Man, when you watch a Jacksonville game, it reminds me of the Seattle defense. When Seattle went and played Denver in the Super Bowl, I want to say this about 4 seasons ago. They played Peyton Manning in the Super Bowl. They blew out the greatest offense that we've seen in a while. And that Denver offense, they had like the number 1 offense that year. Everybody was cooking on all cylinders. And they came in and made Peyton Manning like he was 50 instead of 40. So, yeah, this Jacksonville defense very much reminds me of that, because their secondary is good, but their front 7 is better. I haven't seen a defense this balanced in a while. I mean, very balanced in pressure and able to get pressure on the quarterback and linebacker play, and in secondary. So I'm going to definitely tune into this game, man. But let's go on to the next game on the schedule. We got the Rams taking on the Seahawks today. Now the Rams are 9-4. Seahawks are 8-5. Seahawks have to win this game in order to stay playoff relevant. The Rams have to win this game to go ahead and just lock this division up. I don't know if they lock it up with this win, but I know they have to keep this to win this game in order to lock that division up. I like the Rams in this one, even though the Seahawks are at home. We got Jeremiah Belt saying Rams by 10. I don't know. Well, with the holes in that secondary, without Sherman in that secondary, yeah, I may have to. Without Cam Chancellor in that secondary, it's going to be a long day for those young rookies out there. Brian Maxwell is definitely not checking Sammy Watkins, so that's a no-no. Dalton is tuned in. What is going on, Dalton? William Bell said, reminds me of a young Seahawks defense. William Bell also said, to me, this is the game of the week, bump Patriots and Steelers. And I absolutely agree with you. I think this could possibly be, I like the Pittsburgh Steelers and Patriots game because Tom Brady always has his best games against the Patriots. So that's why I'm excited to see that game. We got William Bell saying tight game. I got Seahawks by 7 just because of Russell. Russell's able to make plays, but Russell showed me last week, and the Jacksonville defense really showed me last week, that you can contain and somewhat put a halt to what Russell Wilson is doing. So give me the Rams by 7, and I expect at least one big play from Sammy Watkins if Brian Maxwell is on them, because these receivers for the Rams are young, and with the exception of Robert Woods, these receivers are young and they're fast. They're able to get out in space. Even the Seahawks have a good front 7, but that secondary is trash. If they're able to hold their front 4, or that offensive line for the Rams is able to hold that line a little bit for Jared Goff, let Todd Gurley do his thing in open space, I don't see a reason why the Rams can get this game by 7. We got Jeremiah Bell saying, hey, chill out about my Pats. Hey, all I'm just saying is, since we talking about the Pats, and that is the next game up on the schedule, let's go ahead and jump into this topic. We got the Patriots taking on the Steelers today. Patriots are going to Heinz Field, so y'all don't have there's no fog machines out there, Jeremiah Bell. You can't use the fog. You can't control the weather. Y'all got all kind of crazy shit going on in New England. Every time y'all get ready to play in big games, something happens. Like something drastic happens. Balls get flattened. People end up missing. Players sit out for disclosed injuries. William Bell said if they can slow down Gurley, they got a chance. Yeah, Gurley is the key to slowing down this Rams offense. I absolutely agree with you on that. If you can keep Gurley under 50, then you can definitely beat the Rams. Minnesota showed you that earlier this season when they played Minnesota in pretty much a playoff game. And Minnesota showed you the key to shutting down the Rams in this offense is to put them in a situation where they have to come back to really win. All right. Jeremiah Bell said no cheating allowed. Miss Mitchell is tuned in. What is going on? We got William Bell said Big Ben gonna get kidnapped. I probably believe it. Big Ben gonna get kidnapped. Something gonna happen in AB. Tomlin might not show up. Ain't no telling what y'all doing, man. Y'all New England fans, boy. New England is known for cheating. Like, why do y'all cheat so much? Juju not gonna be on the beat today. With this game, I know a lot of I'm gonna get a lot of crap from Steelers fans out there. I'm gonna get a lot of hate messages from Steelers fans out there. But I'm gonna just be honest with you. You don't stand a chance in this game. Okay? Don't think because Tom Brady lost to the Miami Dolphins that you're gonna come in and do the same thing that the Miami Dolphins did. The problem with the Pittsburgh defense, and I keep saying this, I've been saying this for quite some time. The main problem with the defense in Pittsburgh is cornerback play. If you're able to get the ball to the outside and really challenge those corners, because Joe Hayden is still not Joe Hayden, though I like Joe Hayden as a player. I like him as a person on the field, but on the field, he's not that same DB that he was in Cleveland or in Florida. He slowed down quite a bit, all right? If you're able to get the ball to the outside against the Pittsburgh Steelers, you can beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. We talk about Tom Terrific Brady. You think Tom Brady about to lose in a game like this that it really matters the most? I just don't see it happen. Yes, Xavier Howard was able to shut down Brandon Cooks, but Xavier Howard is probably one of the top cornerbacks this year. We got Jeremiah Bell saying Cook going to do his thing. William Bell said they're going to put rocks in the footballs. There's no telling what they're going to put in the footballs. Silly string. They probably ain't no telling what they're going to put in these footballs. But give me the Patriots by 10. What New England likes to do, because I was about to go to the next game, but I'm going to talk about this. What New England really thrives off and like to do, New England likes to take away the best part of your offense, all right? And the best part of this offense for the Pittsburgh Steelers is Antonio Brown, okay? New England is going to take Antonio Brown out of this game. They took Antonio Brown out of the game last year. They just double covered him the entire game. It's hard to cover two, okay? We know what Ben likes to look at. Ben stares down Antonio Brown, and the reason why he's able to stare down Antonio Brown is because Antonio Brown is that great of a receiver that he's going to make catches and great plays regardless of who's on him. Okay? It's just the type of guy that he is. We got Jeremiah Bell saying we're really not going to have a run game today. No, it's going to be straight air. I think it's going to be strictly air game. Rob Gronkowski is back, and he's hungry. Without Ryan Shazier, I don't see anybody else. I mean, Bud Dupree could do the job as far as covering Robert Gronkowski. But remember, this is a behemoth of a man. This is a very large man. This man is the size of like an offensive tackle, and he can scab. So give me the Patriots by 10. No disrespect to Steelers fans. No disrespect to Steelers Nation. I like the Yellow Towers. I love the Yellow Towers. But y'all not winning this game. I'm just putting it out there. I'm just stating the obvious. My fault. Let's go on to the next game on the schedule. William Belt, present yourself, please. Come forth, my young man. Come forth. We're talking about your team right now. Tennessee Titans. Patriots by 4. Anybody talking? Oh, so you taking bets today? That's how you doing today. You taking bets. That's what we doing, huh? Oh, Vashti is tuned in. Miss Vashti, what is going on? Carolina fan in the building. Cam fan in the building. She a Cam fan. We need you to come back on the show and give us your predictions. All right, y'all. Next game on the schedule. Technical difficulties. Next game on the schedule. We got the Tennessee Titans taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Even though the 49ers own the right to Jimmy G's a free agent this season. The Tennessee Titans, on the other hand, Marcus Mariota has been playing anything but himself as of lately in this season. And I told everybody, Marcus Mariota was a bust. We got Vashti saying, don't do that. I'm a journalist, not a fan. I'm teasing. I don't want no smoke today. No smoke. But nah, Miss Vashti, ladies and gentlemen, Carolina Blitz, chief and editor. And she came on the show and dropped some picks for us. And actually, she made me look kind of bad. So I need my rematch. All right. I need that rematch. We got Quan saying San Francisco all day, no question. Jeremiah Bell saying talking about the Niners like talking about Giants, a waste of time. I'm not going to say that because they've looked good with Jimmy G in the lineup. They've looked good with Jimmy G in the lineup in the past couple of games. This Tennessee Titans team just lost to an Arizona Cardinals team with more injuries than any team combined in the league. Vashti said, because you know, yes, we know. Hey, she's on that stuff. I'm telling y'all, if y'all want some good articles on Carolina, why are you in here? I'm glad you're in here. If y'all want some good sports articles on Carolina Panthers, because she covers a lot of Carolina things. If you want any good sports news or anything that's going on in Carolina, basketball, NFL, or whatever, CarolinaBlitz.com. Y'all need to go check out. We got Vashti saying 49ers win 2 games and their fans losing their minds. Yes, you're absolutely right. The 49ers won 2 games and now the 49ers are back, baby. I'm seeing 49er flags on the side of cars again. I'm seeing people with the 49er tags on the front of their car. I'm like, man, that's a lot of 49er fans out here. I see Jimmy G jerseys. Vashti said, thanks for the shout out. Absolutely, no doubt. Quan saying we back. Oh my God, here go another one. Listen here, Carlos Hyde is going to be a free agent this season. Carlos Hyde, in my point of view, could be, his potential could put him in the top 5 running back in the NFL. But the problem in San Francisco is you got to go back and rebuild this line, and you have to find players at the skill positions that can make plays. We got Quan saying mines have never left. Vashti is over here asleep. Miss Vashti, we need you to wake up. It's 49 Nation. We got Quan saying we got plenty of money to spend. If you got the money to spend, you better do it. It's a lot of good free agents. And one potential free agent that the 49ers could possibly land that's going to be a free agent this season is Jimmy Graham. Jimmy Graham's going to be a free agent this season. Why not talk to Jimmy G? There's some options for the 49ers, but I don't know, man. I don't know. They won 2 in a row. Why not let it be 3? Give me the 49ers by 3. I have zero confidence in the Tennessee Titans. They are leaning so heavily on the run now. Their offense is pretty much predictable at this point. Derrick Henry and DeMarco Murray can only do but so much. At some point, Marcus Mariota has to put the ball in his hand. He has to be a quarterback. He has to make the plays that other quarterbacks are making. He has to step up. His game hasn't evolved. He hasn't gotten better. Like, it's the same Mariota I'm seeing from his rookie year. I don't see any improvements in his game. We got Shay Thomas tuning in. What's going on? Comment, share the video, comment below. Right now, we're discussing 49ers and Titans. We got Jeremiah Belt saying, yeah, we have 49ers gold. Jimmy G going to lead them to greatness. He was back up to the best in the league. Now, historically, Tom Brady's backups haven't been great. Ryan Mallett. Who else was a backup for? Matt Castle. So, I don't know if you want to comment that one. But Jeremiah Belt saying 49ers by 10. Give me 49ers by 3 over the Tennessee Titans. I think it comes down to maybe a field goal game, maybe 13-10, 16-3, 16-13. A score like that. I don't see this being a very high-scoring game. But yeah, give me San Francisco by 3. Last game I'm seeing on the schedule. Let's go ahead and talk about them. And Cowboy Nation, I'm about to address something with y'all because I'm about sick of y'all and and this hope and this glimmer of hope that y'all have. I'm about to go ahead and let you know right now. Y'all playing the Oakland Raiders today. AJ Sanders is tuned in. What is going on? Jeremiah Bell said chill. Castle was decent. All right. You name me one decent season Castle had this year, and I want you to name me, give me one season. You pick one season that Matt Castle had his best stats, and I promise you, Josh McCown's stats this season is better than those. Let's do that. How about that? I'll let you do that. Jeremiah Bell, I want you to go and do the research. I want you to pick one decent season that Matt Castle had, or his best season that he had without the New England Patriots system. And I bet you that season isn't better than Josh McCown's season this year. How about that? We got Jeremiah Bell saying logging out. Stephen Blue said Raider Nation's in the building. What's going on? Oh, man. Give me the Raiders today. That's right. I'm going with the Oakland Raiders. I know they let me down consistently. Every time I pick the Raiders, they let me down. But it's something about Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys are 4-2 on the road this year. It's something about Marshawn Lynch in this Oakland environment. I'm just feeling Marshawn Lynchy today. I think the Raiders can pull it off. I'm not a big fan of Dallas in situations where they have to win in order to keep anything alive. Like I'm not a big fan of Dallas in situations like this. Like they have to win situations. I'm never a big fan of Dallas in those situations. I don't expect Derek Carr to do anything. I do expect Marshawn Lynch to get more carries. Lynch has to get more carries. The more you feed the beast, the better the game will be. I promise you that. If Marshawn Lynch can get 20 to 25 carries against Dallas, there's no way Oakland could lose this game. Amari Cooper is not playing this week, so no Amari Cooper. Crabtree's in. Hopefully nobody goes for his chain, all right? Because if somebody goes for his chain, you ain't gonna have no choice but to put Cordero Patterson out there as your starting wide receiver. But give me the Raiders by 7, simply because I don't like Carolina. I don't like Dallas in situations where they have to win. William Bell said Dallas by 7. We got Jeremiah Belt saying beast mode. You know why he here. LOL. Raiders by 14. Okay, Raiders by 14. Will Bell, explain yourself. Explain to me. I want you to explain to me why you're picking Dallas by 7. Why Dallas by 7? Explain that one. Because I'm lost. No Zeke. You still got Dak. And I know this Oakland Raiders secondary is not great. But one thing I do know about Dallas, that line ain't the same line it was the past 2 seasons. Boy, if you got a pass rusher on that end, it's a wrap. All right, it's a wrap. All right, you got Khalil Mack, you got Bruce Irvin. And I don't know if y'all watched the last game Oakland played in, but Bruce Irvin had 3 sacks against, 3 sacks or 2 sacks against Kansas City last week. All right, give me Oakland. Give me Oakland. I like Oakland in this game. All right, I like Oakland because they got pass rushers. All right, so give me Oakland. But let's go ahead and recap all the picks that we had this week. Let's go ahead and recap these picks. As I say, always, if I'm wrong, my social media page is up to your slander. You know what I'm saying? You post whatever you shall post. What's the... I didn't even... Okay. So let's go ahead and recap all the games we got of the week. We got the Miami Dolphins taking on the Buffalo Bills. Give me the Dolphins by 3. All right. We got the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Cleveland Browns. Give me the Browns by 3. We got the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Give me the Vikings by 3. give me the Vikings by 10. We got the Jets taking on the Saints. Give me the Saints by 7. Give me the Saints by 20. We got the Eagles taking on the Giants. Give me the Eagles by 3. Arizona's taking on the Redskins. Give me Cardinals by 7. Packers taking on the Panthers. Give me Panthers by 7. Cam Newton, please, please, please do not steer me wrong. Because I swear to God, y'all, if Cam Newton goes out here Sunday, and he lays the goose egg on me Sunday, I don't care what none of y'all Carolina Panthers got to say. He gonna get the hard hat special on Monday. Hard hat special, courtesy of me, Cheddar the Guy. I promise you that. I can bet the bank on that, all right? Next game we got on the schedule, we got the Houston Texans taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Give me Jacksonville by 10. Rams taking on Seahawks. Give me Rams by 7. Patriots taking on Steelers and Steeler Nation. I know y'all about to cringe up because I'm going to say it. Give me Patriots by 14. I expect a big win by New England. The Steelers have creeped by a lot of teams. You're not going to creep by New England like you creep by everybody else. Give me them Steelers by 10. Give me the Patriots by 14, excuse me. Next game on the schedule, we got the Titans taking on the 49ers. Give me 49ers by 3. Last game on the schedule, Dallas Cowboys are taking on the Oakland Raiders. I am going with the Oakland Raiders by 7. Now, Dallas Nation, let me explain something to you. Right quick. Before we even get ready to bring the show to an end. I'm sick of Dallas Cowboy fans. I don't know why y'all feel like y'all about to make the playoffs. Y'all not making the playoffs. All right? It really doesn't matter what y'all do. You're not making the playoffs. Okay? There is no team right now in playoff contention that the Cowboys could beat. Nobody. They couldn't beat the Minnesota Vikings. They're not going to beat the Eagles. They're not going to beat Carolina. They're not going to beat the Saints. They're not going to beat the Rams. They're definitely not going to beat Atlanta. That's 6 teams right there. They're definitely not beating Seattle. With that secondary, they're definitely not beating Seattle. That's 7 teams I just named, Dallas fans. 7 teams that I just named that you cannot beat. And those teams are in the playoffs. Okay? And I don't know why Dallas fans like to reminisce in the past. You have to understand. The Dallas Cowboys have only won 1 playoff game since 1996. 1 playoff game. No, excuse me, since 2000 and... I'm getting my stats wrong. Since 2004, 1 playoff win. Okay? You haven't done anything. You haven't done anything in a long time. Okay? The Dallas Cowboys, richest franchise in football. Patriots are number 2. Okay? Richest franchise in football. You can buy the Super Bowl. You can buy a Super Bowl. You can go sign anybody. But instead, you use your money to invest your things in things that cannot prosper for your team. Tony Romo, great quarterback, playing for a bad franchise. Y'all mess this man up. This man would have never been turnover Tony. He would never been turnover Tony for any other team. Only for your team. The man could have won the Denver and possibly won the Super Bowl. He retired. He retired because he got a bad back. All right. Sick and tired of Dallas Cowboy fans coming at me with the playoff talk. You're not going to the playoffs. You cannot get in the dance. You are not old enough. You do not have an ID. Nobody wants to see you in the playoffs, okay? I don't care if Zeke comes back. Zeke does not make a difference. Nobody cares if Zeke comes back. Zeke doesn't even want to come back. Zeke ain't even in the country right now. This man in a whole nother country. They ain't even got photos of this man like the past 6 weeks. Y'all better go call him and make sure Zeke's still living, man. Make sure he's still there. Because I ain't heard nothing about Zeke since he left the country. And that's just being honest. I'm just being honest to you. Nobody's knowing where Zeke's at. All right? We don't care about Zeke. We don't care about Dak Prescott. Nobody cares about that. Dez Bryant, it has a reverse Benjamin Button. Nobody cares about Dez Bryant anymore. He's not even relevant. How this man 28 years old and run like he's 36? Like, come on, man. It's crazy. All right? Dallas fans is over. After this loss today, I may do the Guy for Those show Dallas Cowboy rant edition. I might just do that. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the show. This concludes the Guy for Those show. NFL Week 15 picks and predictions. We will be back tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. on the dot. I promise we'll be on the dot. We got everything up. We'll be on the dot. 7:30 p.m. on the dot Tomorrow, we will recap the entire NFL Week 15. We'll discuss all games. We'll discuss the playoff picture. Anything NFL, we're definitely going to be talking about it. If your team lost, they will be catching these L's, okay? They will catch these L's, and they may just go catch this hard hat. And, yeah, man, that concludes the show. You can follow me, Cheddar the God. I'm on all social media platforms at Cheddar, THEGOD. All right, you can find me on Instagram, Cheddar the God. I'm on Snapchat, Cheddar the God. I'm on everything, Cheddar the God. So just follow me. Also follow the show, Facebook.com/The Godflow Show. We are on iTunes and Google Music. We are on SoundCloud.com/The Godflow Show. So if you miss any episodes, you can go to SoundCloud.com/The Godflow Show to check out all past episodes. Shout out to 646 Entertainment. Follow those guys on Facebook on the 646entertainment.com. Also, man, shout out to Bully's Bar. Shout out to 646 Entertainment. Bully's Bar. What's it? QCB Radio. I'm forgetting my advertisement, y'all. QCB Radio. We're also on QueenCityBullies.com Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m., 11 p.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, man. Shout out to everybody who's tuned in, that's watching this show. We do appreciate you for tuning in and watching this show. And since y'all watching my show, if you like relationships and relationship debatable topics, go check out my boy Sean Q on Couch Talk Podcast, Sunday 7:30 p.m.-ish every Sunday. Check him out for the hottest relationship and debates, man. This is your boy, Cheddar the God. I'll be tuning in Monday, man. So if your team lost, you gonna catch this hard hat special on Monday. All right. And on that note, we out. Peace.